Hello and welcome to Deep Stretch Yoga. For today's practice, you're going to need your yoga mats, a blanket, and two blocks. I invite you to join me down on the earth on your mat when you have all of those items ready. And we're going to start in a supported Shavasana today. So please take your blanket and unfold it so you've got a long rectangle, and then you'll start from one of the short edges and roll your blanket up so that you get a little tube. And then you're going to place that tube underneath your knees to support your low back as you come on down to the earth. Bring your back body down, extend your arms and legs long. Take your shoulder caps, roll them to the earth, slide your shoulder blades together, and let them create a cradle for your heart. Close down the lids of your eyes, and then begin to take a nice big breath into your body. And then part your lips and slowly exhale out. Take a nice big breath in. And a complete breath out. And another big breath in. And then back out. Stay as you are. Close your lips and begin to breathe in and out through your nose. And then I'll also invite you to bend your elbows and bring your palms to your belly. Today, we're going to be working on deep stretch postures focused on the stomach and spleen meridians in the body. Feel how your breath expands your belly up into your hands with the in-breath. And then feel your whole body begin to surrender on the out-breath. Acknowledge which parts of your day have entered your practice with you. Conversations or tasks or to-dos that are hanging around in your mind energetically. Acknowledge that they're there. Acknowledge what energy they carry with them. And then I'm going to ask you just to bundle them up and put them outside the door, or put them in the back of your mind, so that the only thing that's present in your practice right now is you and your breath. Feel your back body resting on the earth. And feel your back body supported by the earth. If you've been feeling scattered or ungrounded, today's practice is going to help you bring you back to your own center and bring you back down to earth. In fact, the stomach and the spleen meridians are governed by the earth element in traditional Chinese medicine. So all of our postures today are going to be focused on these energy lines in the body. Take a big breath in. Part your lips and let it go. The bottom of your exhale. Release your hands from your belly. Reach down, remove your blanket, and then pull your right knee towards your chest. Take your hands, interlace them over the front of the right shin, and then let your legs and your feet relax. Breathe nice and deep. And use the gentle strength of your hands to draw the knee closer to your chest, even closer, angled towards your armpit. Every exhale is an opportunity to create more compression, more space. Stay with your breath. Take a final breath here in this shape. Inhale fully. And then as you exhale, take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and then guide your leg across the body to the left for our first spinal twist. Instead of having the right foot and toes hanging out in space, tuck your toes behind your left knee and then adjust your upper back so the shoulder girdle is flat on the earth. Your shoulder blades are touching down as well. And then extend your right arm out to the right. Turn your head to the right. Come on back to your breath and that beautiful flow of inhale to exhale. Give your mind permission to go on this little journey with your breath. Stay with me. We're here for a couple more rounds. Because of the twist, you might feel that your breath is somewhat restricted here. Even if that's what you're feeling, I invite you to do your best to make your breath as full and complete as possible. On your inhale, come on back through center, and then lengthen your right leg all the way back down. Inhale your breath all the way to the top. And then as you exhale, pull your left knee in. Interlace your fingers over the left shin bone. Move your knee wide so it's outside your chest, outside your rib cage. And then both of your feet can relax here. Your eyelids can relax. Let them close down. Come back to the rhythm of your breath. Every exhale, feel your femur bones sinking down into your hip socket. Every exhale is an opportunity to go deeper. The longer you stay focused on your breath, the more you give it an opportunity to slow down. When our breath begins to slow, our mind comes in unison with it. The mind begins to slow down. Control your breath, control your mind. Wait for your next exhale, and then take your right hand to your outer left knee, cross your leg across the body to the right. Take your left arm to the left, and then turn your head to face the left fingertips. Make sure your left toes are tucked behind the right knee. Bring your left shoulder blade down to the earth. Get nice and quiet with yourself. A final breath. On your inhale, bring your body back through center. Pull both knees in towards your chest, feet lifted off the earth, hands come to your hamstrings, and then rock yourself up to a seat. Slide towards the back of your mat and swing your feet behind you. We're going to come into a supported child's pose, and you're going to need your blanket for this. So first things first, bring your big toes together. Move your knees wide so your legs create a V shape. You're going to sit your hips down on your heels, and if sitting your hips on your heels does not feel good on your feet or your ankles, you're welcome to take a block or two under your seat. Then grab your blanket again, and you're going to unroll it, and you're going to roll it back up, but this time start with one of the long edges so you have a skinnier tube. You're going to place that tube right at the top of your thigh bones, right where the pelvis and the thigh bone meet. From there, you're going to fold over the blanket and crawl your hands forward and down. Drop your head, let your head get heavy. And the blanket here is going to do a little bit of a massage in the stomach and the spleen area. Stay with your breath. We've got 3 more breaths here in this child's pose shape. And stay actively present with the moment. Very nice. On your inhale, start to lift your head, slide your hands in. You can set your blanket off to the side. Lean forward onto hands and knees, tuck your toes under, and then sit your hips back down for a little toe stretch here. Lean back, and with each of your hands, I want you to reach and spread out the fourth and the fifth toes. They tend to get a little crunched up initially when we sit back, and we want to create as much surface area on the bottom of our feet as possible. Now, I know probably already you're feeling some resistance here, some activation in the feet, maybe even quite a bit of discomfort. I want you to remember that you're always the driver of your own ship. You are always the captain. So if you need to lean forward or even bring your fingertips to the earth to relieve some pressure, you're welcome to do that at any time. To increase the stretch and the sensations you're experiencing, you'll sit upright and lean your body weight down into your feet. Come back to your breath and use your breath to move through the discomfort that you might be feeling. All right, my friends, hands to the earth. Lift your hips, straighten your legs, and walk your fingertips back for a forward fold. Once your fingertips walk back, I invite you to widen your feet quite a bit. It's our first forward fold of this practice, and your hamstrings and calf muscles might be a little bit tight or tender here. So with the feet wide, make sure the feet are parallel to one another and that all 10 toes are pointing straight forward. Your fingertips may reach the earth. Even if they don't, you can bring hands to shins, or if your blocks are within arm's reach, you could also place blocks below your hands. Keep your sits bones pointed towards the sky, but a soft bend in your knees here is really important. Number one, it helps relieve tension in the hamstrings and it helps create space in the low back and helps keep those areas of the body nice and safe. Point the crown of your head towards the earth and allow your head to hang heavy. This might be a nice opportunity to shake your head forward and backward, or right to left, or around in a circle. Your knees can actually be bent a lot here for comfort. You may want to lay your upper body on your lower body. And then once you've got that connection, then start to push into your feet, lifting your hips and pointing your tailbone to the sky. And keep the breath flowing smoothly. On your inhale, half lift, look up, hands to the earth or shins flat back. As you exhale, lift your lowest belly up and fold once again over your legs. Inhale, half lift, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half lift, look up. Exhale and fold. Start to slide your feet back towards one another. And then bend your knees a lot. Sink your hips low, push into your feet, and rise all the way up to standing. Send your arms above your head and then reach through the fingertips. As you exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Close your eyes and take a breath. Inhale, arms all the way up. Grab onto your right wrist with your left hand, straighten your arms, and then reach them over to the left. Push your hips to the right, creating a crescent shape with the right side of your body. Inhale, return to center, take it to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch. Inhale, center. Switch. Inhale, center. Last time. Return to center, arms all the way up. On your exhale, swan dive down all the way to the earth. Inhale, half lift, look up. As you exhale, you're actually going to grab your blocks, stack them up, and then widen your feet. Widen your feet all the way to the long edges of your mat or just inside them. Angle your feet out about 45 degrees and then place the block below your seat and then bend your knees, come on down for a squat. Your knees are going to move wide, the feet are turned out, and you'll bring your hands to your heart. The most common tendency here is to want to round our shoulders forward, and we actually want to do the opposite. You want to reach through the crown of the head and the center of your chest, and then send your low back in and up. Try to make your spine as straight and strong as you can. And the arms and the legs are going to work together. The legs squeeze in, but the arms push out. And it's that resistance that's going to help you give that really, get you that really good stretch in the inner thighs. Maybe bring your thumbs to the center of your chest, your sternum. Roll the tips of the shoulders back and down. And soften your face from your forehead all the way down to your chin. Unlock your jaw. Unwrinkle the forehead. Tailbone points down. Make your breath big and spacious on both the inhale and the exhale. Aim to create both equilibrium and continuity in your breath. Equilibrium in the amount of time it takes you to inhale and exhale, and continuity as you flow from one side of the cycle of your breath to the other. Trying to create something where there's no starts and there's no stops, but it's just this continual rhythm. Stay with your breath for just a few more rounds. All right, on your next inhale, you're going to take your left arm down to the left to the earth and extend your right arm up and back. Really expand your wings here. On your out breath, come back through center, hands to heart. Inhale the other way, right hand down, left arm up. Exhale back to center. Inhale, switch. Exhale, center. Inhale, switch sides and open. Exhale back to center. One more each side. Release your arms, hands to the earth. Set your blocks to the side. And we're going to come now into Janu Shirshasana, which is a one-legged forward fold, but seated on our bottoms. So bring your hips down to the earth and take your left leg out to the left. Your right foot's going to come to your left inner thigh. And I encourage you to manually move the flesh of your seat away from your sits bones so that they can root down into your mat. It's also going to help you sit up taller and with greater ease. Once you're able to sit up nice and tall, it's also going to be easier to hinge at your hips and fold over your left leg. If you've got a belt or a strap handy and you want to use it to support you in this shape and in this fold, that's a great option. If you don't want to do that or don't have any of those implements and tools available to you, no problem. Just reach your arms toward your foot without the goal necessarily being your foot. The goal actually would be to have a nice long side body, hinging at your hips with integrity, and then folding as far as you can. If you're able to grab your foot, great. Wherever you've landed in your fold, become aware of your rib cage. For most of us, the right side of the rib cage is going to be elevated higher than the left. And I want you to do your best to rebalance that out, which is going to mean dropping the right side of the rib cage, but lifting the left. And when you're able to do that, you're actually going to move a little bit farther into your twist. If your breath has sped up at all, I invite you to slow it back down. Take one more spacious breath in and one more complete breath out. And then on your inhales, come on up to a seat and switch out your legs. Your right leg's going to extend to the right, the left foot comes in. Move the flesh of your seat away and then turn your upper body to face the right foot. You can maybe want to reach your arms up to the sky so you can really accentuate side body long. And then when you're ready, exhale, hinge at your hips and fold forward over the right leg. Without judgment, let your hands naturally rest where they want to rest. And then drop your head down, letting it get weighted and heavy. Become aware of your rib cage. The left side's probably going to be lifted up higher than the right. Make any adjustments that you need to equalize those, to make them balanced, to make them parallel to the earth. Take one more spacious breath in. One more complete breath out. Release your hands, come on up to a seat, and then take both legs straight forward. We're going into Gomukhasana legs or cow face legs. We'll start by bending the left knee and taking our foot outside the right leg. And then walk your left heel as far back or up on the hip on the right side as you can. Then you're going to stay here, bringing your hands outside your leg and fold, or you're going to tuck the bottom foot back as well to stack your knees for the full expression of Gomukhasana. To get the knees stacked, it's often helpful to take the heels of your hands right above the kneecaps at the bottom of the thigh bone and then push in towards the midline. And that's going to help give you like a tighter stack here. Then once you're in this shape, fingertips can come right outside your hips, sit up nice and tall. If and when you're ready, wait for an exhale and begin to fold forward. If you try this full expression and it's not working for your body or your hips today, don't even worry about it. Just re-straighten that bottom leg and either stay seated or fold. Hands can be on the earth. You can optionally grab blocks and place hands on blocks. That's going to bring the earth closer to you and is going to make this fold a little more accessible. Take one more spacious breath in and one more complete breath out. On your inhale, gently come up to a seat. And we're going to switch out the legs here. So the right leg extends long, the left foot crosses over. Excuse me, the left leg extends long, the right foot crosses over this time. Apologies. And then you're going to slide your right foot as far up on the left heel, or the right heel as far up on the left hip as you can. And then you'll leave the bottom leg extended, or you'll tuck the left heel back towards the right hip, coming into Gomukhasana side number 2. Take your hands to your knees, push them towards one another, and then sit up nice and tall. Breathe in. Stay here with a nice long spine, or take your hands in front of you and begin to fold just like you did on side number one. Use the blocks to bring the earth closer to you to support this fold and this shape. All of these are just options, and you get to decide which of these options work best for you and your body today. Take 2 more spacious breaths in, and 2 more spacious breaths out. On your inhale, bring yourself up to a seat, unwind your legs, and we're coming right into bound angle pose. Bring the bottoms of your feet together and then drop your knees out wide. Adjust the flesh of your seat so your sits bones can find the ground. And then hands to your ankles, straighten the arms, sit up nice and tall, send your low back in and up, and lift from the center of your chest. Shoulders move back, shoulder blades move in and up to support your spine and your heart here. Then on your exhale, hinge at your hips one more time and begin to fold. Once you've folded down as far as your body will take you in this moment, then release your hands from your ankles and interlace your fingers over the tops of the toes. On your next inhale, bring yourself up to a seat. Bring your legs together as well. Sit your hips to the middle of your mat and come down onto your back. Once you get there, knees to chest. Once knees come into chest, then open them wide using the assistance of your hands. Then bring both of your arms to the inside of your legs. Then wrap your hands over the tops of your feet and grab the outer edges of your feet. Flex your feet into your hands and then start to kick your feet up, stacking them over your knees for happy baby pose. Once you get there, begin to rock right to left unless stillness would feel more nourishing for you, in which case just stay still in your happy baby. If you're rocking, continue to rock and be playful about it. Massage the lumbar spine, flex the toes, pushing them out, creating more space in the inner thigh and your hamstrings. Continue the flow of your breath. And then everybody meet each other at center. Release your heels down to your hips. Release your hands and bring your legs down. You can come into Shavasana here with legs long. I've been a big fan of using my blocks underneath my thigh bones, right at the connection point of the top of the thigh and the bottom of my feet. And that's going to help bring spaciousness and relief to the low back. And then my toes will have more room to drop out. Then arms by your sides, palms facing the sky. Close your eyes. Return to your breath. Listen inward and get really quiet to whatever it is that whatever communication is trying to come through for you in this moment. Every time we practice, we open up little doorways to communication with our higher self, our wiser self, our elder self. They're always trying to give us information and guidance and direction. Take this opportunity to listen in and hear what they have to say. Take 3 more spacious breaths in and 3 more complete breaths out. Take another big breath in. Pause at the top and exhale, release it out. Take another breath in. And this time when you exhale, both knees come to your chest. Roll over onto your left side. Pause in space. Use your right hand to push into the earth. Bring yourself up to a seat. Take your time to get there. Meet me in easy pose, Sukhasana, shins crisscrossed, hips on the earth. Adjust your seat as needed. Sit up nice and tall. And then bring your hands to your heart. And take a breath and honor your body and your practice. Take a breath to honor this practice itself, this ancient sacred lineage. And then take a breath and find gratitude for something. Bow your head to your heart. One final breath. And then lift your head, open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me for this deep stretch practice. My name is Dr. Sarah. I'll see you again next time.